Hi guys, I'm Vicki Truselli, Vicki Lawana Truselli Art. Yeah, I'm an old lady. I'll be 76 next month, September 18th. A Virgo Libra cusp with Leo sun rising or moon rising. Anyway, so whatever. I just wanted to say hello, and I'm testing my new PC out and working on the camera recording. I just want to let people know that I'm still a liberal. I always have been, always will be, because I am a humanitarian and an empath. And I don't do narcissist pegs anymore. And if someone says they're a narcissist or acts like one, I look at all the red flags. And right now, I'm 1,080 degrees away from this administration in Washington. And yes, I have every right in the world to say something about it. They want to take my Social Security. They want to take my health care. They want to take everything. They want to throw people in the streets. They arrested a UBNI. He's back home now, but he's an American citizen, and they hate women. They literally want women back in the kitchen rattling pots and pans and barefoot and pregnant and being a vessel for delivery of their babies. So I got news for you. I just wasn't raised like that. My dad was my hero, Mr. Victor, and I'm little Vic, so he wanted me to learn mechanics, and my mother was like, oh no, girls don't do that. And he just said, let her learn the basics. They had a real fight over it. My dad was always a progressive person, and I'm not as religious as they were because I don't feel comfortable with it, since I do believe in multiverses, parallel universes, and I have out-of-body experiences in my dreams that I dream of people. I travel all over the world, even to future underground Los Angeles. It's just really weird. I'm very creative. I studied in college from 1969 to 2002, nursing, business management, union management, journalism, computers, art, and coding. I did that. I was not into fraternities or sororities or bragging about, oh, look at me, I'm going to college, graduate, I'm doing this, no, I just wanted to go because learning was a big deal to me. I had fun. I loved college. I just really had fun. And I was serious about it. Actually more serious than those stupid partying days of mine, trying to escape from that things that happened to me as a third-class citizen that wasn't a person back when I was born in 1949, up until the verbal abuse from guys and cousins and all kinds of people. Just, oh my God. And I surely couldn't talk about my dreams or tell my cousin that, touch her shoulder and say, tell her something. They thought I was crazy, but I'm not, and I'm still that way. I had an imaginary friend as a child. It was a baby bear, little brown bear. My totem, because I have some Choctaw mixed with Irish. I have 3 African tribes: Mediterranean, Spanish, Italian, Coptic Egyptian, a little Indo-Mexico, and also some Red Sea. So I really appreciate all of my cultures. I found out recently I have thalassemia, which is an anemia from the Mediterranean and indigenous cultures. My dad had that. Yes, he died of the leukemia that actually was the 100% thalassemia that turned into leukemia. So I really try to take good care of myself. I have spinal fractures and a kidney infection that came from my grandma. So my 2 favorite people in the world. I mean, my mother was great, but she was kind of verbally abusive, and she'd be real liberal one day and real conservative the next day, and it just was kind of weird. My brother was closer to my mom, and I was closer to my dad. We talked about music, we exchanged cassette tapes. I taught him to appreciate rock and roll, and he taught me to appreciate country. And then I was raised around all different kind of musics. I'm really not into opera. I don't know. I just don't like it. It's like somebody taking their fingernail on a scratch board or something. That's my opinion. And if somebody else likes it, I'm good with that. You know, one thing about it, bigots get on my nerves because they argue over skin pigmentation, and they murder people over skin pigmentation, and that's called psychopaths. We have psychopaths and narcissistic pigs in the White House. I mean, full-blown Nazis and psychopaths. And to me, people that are bigots, and they hate dark skin pigmentation and think that they're all good, and men that think with their dicks and not their brains because they're men, and they think they're special because they have a dick. I don't want to hang out with anybody like that. I don't hang out with bigots. I don't want to hang out with misogynist pigs. I don't want to hang out with narcissist pigs because I've had it. I have complex PTSD from narcissistic abuse and verbal abuse. And now that I'm old, I'm getting over it, okay? And for the person that hacked my computer last week, I actually created a song and a video and it said fuck off, because that's not cursing anybody. I'm just telling them to leave me alone because I am an empath, and don't try to manipulate me. And please don't attack my Suno account. You got my email, you threw away my folder, all that. And you crashed my computer, my old one, and I sold $132 on that. So, I guess you're going to pay it, right? I doubt that, seriously, because you're not going to come clean with who did it. It could have been a MAGA that's in my family. I have a lot of MAGAs in my family, including, well, I'm not going to talk about that. There are some people in my family who want to shut me down. They want me to roll over and play wag my tail, put it under my butt, and hang my head and say, I'm a bad girl, I'm a bad girl. I'm not a bad girl. The person that wants me to do that is a bad person. Literally intolerant of anyone. I'm a creative artist. I studied music forever, starting as a very young child. I played the piano, and I've always been happy about music. Music makes me happy. And somebody really wanted to shut me down. That means they hate I won't say it, but they hate my guts. And I probably just don't appreciate them or like them either. I don't want to be around them, but I am not going to shut up my art. I love art, music, and film. And for some young punk to try to put spyware on my computer and to interrupt all that I'm doing and try to shut me down politically. They're not only wanting to shut me down politically, they're wanting to shut me down because they think they want to make me look stupid. And I don't know, I have some exes out there that are really would just say it's all your fault, because they're a narcissist pig. A narcissist is the worst person in the world. They're horrible people. I mean, seriously, they're psychopaths. And no, I don't want to be around those people in D.C. because they're assholes. Just pure, right psychopaths, bigots. And the guys, they want women back in the kitchen rattling those pots and pans, barefoot and pregnant. And they want to make slaves out of everybody else. And no, that would be making a slave out of women again, too. So a woman would be a slave, minorities or whatever they think's a minority would be a slave. So they're just psychopaths. And they're seriously mentally ill, and I would say schizophrenia. Because they're afraid of other people that don't look like them. That's a serious mental illness. And the people in the White House are seriously mental ill. I look at the Republican with their eyes. Oh, they look like they're just hatred. They've got hate. To me, I call it demonic, even though I'm really not a churchy I won't step foot in a church because I might run into a MAGA, and that would not be a cool thing because I am not going to be around a MAGA or anything. I remember when I was going to church and I mentioned something to the pastor and he freaked out. Well, you can't do that. And I said, I can if I want to. And I'm gone and I do it because I'm really sick of it. I'm sick of bigotry. I'm sick of people fighting over skin pigmentation. I'm sick of genocide. And I'm sick of people arresting people because they're brown or purple or pink or yellow or green and they don't look like Stephen Miller. And no, I don't like him. I don't like his personality. He's a schizophrenic psychopath. And so is Russell Boyd. So they're probably going to come at me and murder me. So what? I cannot shut up because I am a humanitarian. I was born a humanitarian. I have out-of-body experiences in my dreams. I go all over the universe in my dream. I believe in multiverses. I believe in parallel universes. And right now, I'd like to be in that parallel universe where Kamala is president. I can live with that. Anyway, guys, I'm really a good person. Humanitarian. And I'm creative and eccentric. I'm an old lady and I am not traditional, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I've never been traditional. I never remember myself being I remember people wanting me to be a certain way, you know, and you can't live up to those people. You keep trying to live up to those people and you're going to end up in very bad depression. Okay? And yeah, I do not hang out with bigots. I don't hang out with psychopaths, not knowingly. I don't want to hang out with narcissist pigs, and I will call them that because that's what they act like. And as a good person, the universe, I believe in the universe, the multiverses, and parallel universes, and I'm really into technology. My first computer in 1997, oh my goodness, it was named Princess, and she talked to me. Literally, she talked to me. So that was pretty cool. I kept her around for a long time because my dad had left me money and I used that to buy the computer, so I had it like forever and ever and ever. And finally, one of my exes just gave it away and I freaked out because to me that was part of my dad. And but I got over it and he's gone and I left him and I really don't want to have a relationship. I'm really happy being myself. I need more money. I'm living on Social Security and little bits and pieces of pennies and nickels and dimes that come in from my writing and my videos, my art. Not much. Not my. Buy me a doobie. I don't do alcohol. I have thalassemia from my dad, the Mediterranean, and I have from Spanish Italian. And I also have kidney disease from my grandma. But those years of drinking, of hiding my feelings, in suppressing being raped at 16 years old by 5 guys, yelling at me, calling me an Indian squaw, because back then I was tan and I had long dark hair, okay, and wore Indian moccasins. So, I don't want that anymore. I don't want women to have to go back to that era where men they thought they were gods because they had a dick. And when I say dick for brains, that's what they used. And they would, oh my God, I had cousins that tried to rape me. Okay? And in front of my grandma's house, back in the day, women were not a person. They couldn't buy a house without a man. They had to be married to a man. And I believe in LGBTQ. If someone loves somebody, they love somebody. Love is what it is, you know. And quite frankly, I just don't want to have a relationship with a guy because I don't want to be bossed. I don't want him trying to screw me. I'm 76 years old, you know. If I want that, I can get a dildo, but I'm not. And yes, I'm very blunt and upfront in your face, and that just drives some of my family out the frickin' wall because they're little goody two-shoes and they go by and say, oh, look what she's doing. And I don't care anymore. I'll be 76 September 18th. Okay? Psychic, dreamer, empath, and I talk to spirits. Literally, I've talked to them since I was a child. My bear I had, okay? So, my bear spirit, my little baby bear. Now, nobody else saw him, but I did. And I touched him, played with him. First, I was scared. And then, no, he's a good little guy. I mean, I had my Kachina dolls and all that. And Mom and I used to go out hunting arrowheads at the Painted Desert in Arizona. Because she said it wasn't stealing. They'd already been stolen. So, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I have a lot of heritage. And I respect all of my heritage and all of my ethnicities, and I don't judge people by skin pigmentation. My oldest son looks all white, but he isn't, and I look all white, but I'm not. Okay, so obviously when I was tan with long dark black hair and I got raped at 16 and they calling me an Indian moccasin girl, squaw, whatever they called me, it was horrible. But I'm 76 years old almost 1 month. So guys, be blunt up front, and as women we still have to stand up for ourselves. We cannot let man run over us. And I know the person that hacked my computer and put spyware in it and crashed it, my old one. Sad. They want to shut me down. That's really sad. Maybe I want to shut them down, but they're going to try to get to me first. What am I doing? I'm just a 76-year-old lady doing my stuff. I love music, film, and art. I was born an empath, born an artist, born eccentric, and I'm okay with that. Of course I am, because I'm all these different cultures. Not all white. I love my Mediterranean roots, my Native American, my African roots, my Coptic Egyptian. Oh my goodness, how exciting to have all those roots, and Irish. You know, I have no German in me, not at all. But I went through 3 websites to get my DNA. 3 websites. And because that's what I do. I just research and write and do what I want to do, what I need to do in order to find something out. And that's the kind of people that the DC wants to shut down. They hate people like me. They hate me. And I don't like them either. So I'm just an old lady trying to do what I want to do and be myself. I want to be the person, not the drinker. I hate alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. I use marijuana for medication. I don't go around going, I'm so high. I'm way past that. So here I was, going out, marching for women's rights, LGBTQ rights, equal rights, civil rights, and it's happening all over again because of those stupid psychopath, schizophrenic men that are not really men. They're very weak. Their bigotry and their lack of control, their anger, and putting everybody down but themselves, that shows they're weak. They're projecting onto everybody else what they are themselves. Weak little pussies. So, you can like what I'm saying, you can listen to what I'm saying, or whatever, but I don't believe I've ever been a little girl that goes around. I was a union rep at Universal Studios, and I won everything but one case. I had to quit because I had 2 other jobs, and I was very, very stressed out. Okay, so I had to, my body was saying they couldn't do it, and I just had to stop something, and that was one of the things I stopped. But I was there, I worked at Union Rep for 3 years, at Universal Studios, Hollywood. So anyway, I am not perfect. I don't think I'm beautiful. I think I'm quite ugly. I need to get my teeth fixed. You know, I've got white hair now. I used to have long, dark hair. I used to be 100 pounds all my life. Now I'm fat and old. And I have diseases and I can't walk around a lot. I have spinal fractures, so I have to use a cane. But I was the big dancer on the dance floor. But clumsy. I would dance all night on the dance floor, but I could go out and trip, and it wouldn't be because I was drunk or drinking alcohol. So, so family that wants to put me down because I'm eccentric and I'm into music, or I showed them photos at one time and they really didn't like it because they said, oh, there's something wrong with you, you're crazy. No, they're projecting their own crap onto me, and I am who I am, and if people don't like me, that's fine. And I do not step one foot in the church because I will not talk to a MAGA. I don't care about MAGA. I have nothing to do with my MAGA family. I don't want to be in the same room with them. And it's really sad that our country has become a piece of shit. And it's no longer a democracy, and they'll probably want to murder me or lock me up or disappear me because of this video. But I am who I am. I can't change. I don't want to change. Why would I? I'm a very progressive woman. I learned computers in 1981 at the LA Times, and I'm into progress. I'm into AI as a tool for video production and editing. A lot of people hate me for that, and they think, oh, look at her. She's into AI, and everything she does is AI. You know, it's not everything I do is AI, but I like AI. Copilot is my built-in techie, okay? So, why are you guys scared? You know what? People didn't want to fly planes. They were scared of the Wright brothers. And there were people that were scared of cars. And I am not one of those people. I don't drive anymore because of my illnesses, and I really don't think I have the energy to go through the traffic and knock out the freeways. But I've done that all my life. I started driving when I was 14. Anyway, guys, I know I'm boring you, and I just want to say hello, and let's get rid of this DC crowd, okay? Let's knock out the Nazis. That's my theme. Knock out the Nazis. Because we do not deserve that, and the Democrats really need to get mean, just like my governor's doing. Not mean, but just upfront and personal with this DC. Psychopathic, bigotry, assholes. They're horrible people. All of them. Every single one of them. Their hate, I call them demonic. I don't know what you guys want to call them whatever you want, okay? But I just want to say, I was raised a peace and flower child, so I wasn't even raised with guns. My dad had a BB gun. That was pretty normal, okay? So anyway, I just want to say hello, people, and bye.